Hello friends, welcome back. The last time I provided the portfolio update is more than a week ago, so I think now is a good time for me to give another update. In the past 1 week, the stock market has been doing particularly well. Actually, on Friday, I saw that on the news article, it says that S&P 500, Dow Jones, and Nasdaq, all three of the indexes actually hit the all-time high on the same day. So this is the first time since early 2018 that such record has been achieved. Thanks to the good stock market returns, my portfolio also increased quite a bit in the past 1 week. And besides that, first of the month is the date where I put money into my brokerage account. So I put 4,000 in the account. Now the account value is at 202,000. So this is a milestone that this is the first time that I hit the milestone of 200,000. So I think this is something to be celebrated about. So next milestone will be 300,000. I think in the first portfolio update that I have provided, I haven't shown the investment returns. So here I'm showing the money weighted returns for year to date. I have achieved 43% returns, which I think is quite a good return. But compared to other investors out there, there are definitely many investors that achieve higher returns, especially for those who invested into Tesla. So as I say, I put 4,000 into the account, and yet my account cash is still at negative 4,200. So this is because I have made a purchase of a couple of stocks. So I'm still working hard to actually pay off my outstanding margin from Interactive Broker. Let's take a look at the stocks that I have purchased or transacted. We will go through each of them. So the first transaction is Palantir. As I say, this is a stock that I have purchased due to the FOMO. And because I'm really not comfortable to hold these stocks for the long term, hence I decided to sell them off. If you are interested to study the fundamental of these companies, I will actually suggest you to read these documents. I'll put the link in the description. It gives more details into the operation of the companies, their competitive advantage, and so on. But the problem that I have with this company is that there is just not enough visibility on the future of this company, because first, they only have like 131 customers today, and then they didn't give enough guidance to show how much new business they will generate in the coming years. So I sold this stock because I don't have confidence, but doesn't mean that I'm bearish on the company. I won't be surprised if the company actually double or even triple in their price in the coming few years. So good luck to whoever is holding Palantir stocks. Okay, next stock that I would like to talk about is Tencent. I have added 10 shares of Tencent. The Tencent shares that I bought was the one listed in the US exchange because their share price is much lower, so I can buy in smaller increments. So if we look at the latest earning release by Tencent, their revenue growth and their earnings is quite strong. They have posted a very strong Q3 results driven by the online games. The way I see Tencent is not just a tech company. They are actually holding companies, a bit like an ETF. They have invested into many companies including Tesla, Uber, Lyft, Snapchat, as well as Spotify, Reddit, Ubisoft, Activision Blizzard, and Riot Games. Besides that, they also invested in Sea Limited. So this is a company that I'm bullish about, which I will talk later. So I will still continue to add Tencent in my portfolio in the coming months. Next stocks that I have added into my portfolio is Apple. As you know, Apple has launched iPhone 12 with the 5G capability. I think iPhone will help Apple boost up the sales in the coming months, not because of the 5G capability. 5G coverage is still not widespread at the moment. There are still many places that you can't actually benefit from the 5G. However, the reason I'm very bullish on the iPhone 12 sales is because of the design change. Many people bought a new phones not because of the new added capability or functions, but they just want to show off that they have a new phones, right? So if you just buy, let's say like a previous iPhone, maybe you have changed your phone and your friend might not even notice it, right? But then for an iPhone 12, because the design change is quite drastic, so I think this will actually push many new buyers to get a new phone. And as usual, iPhone is always a high margin, high volume business. So this is the main cash flow generating machine for Apple in the past few years. Next product that I would like to talk about is the M1 chip. I think right now Mac sales in terms of the total PC market is not big, but then based on the review by many YouTubers, M1 chip actually has a very good performance. I think this will actually help Apple to grab larger market shares in the coming years. So bear in mind that this is just the first generation product that come from Apple. In the subsequent years, they will still come up with more M1 chip products, and they will still continue to improve the performance. So for retail customer, this is a very good value propositions because of the performance, the very efficient battery. So as more and more customer buy into MacBook with the M1 chip, then there's even more incentives for the developer to develop the software that is optimized for M1 or ARM chips. So this is a very good development for Apple moving forwards. And if you look at the chart provided by AnandTech for Intel versus Apple, it's clear that the slope or the rate of improvement that comes from M1 chip is much faster. So I expect that Apple will eat into the market share of PC in the coming years. Next company that I would like to talk about is C Limited. I added 10 more shares after the news that Singapore has granted 4 digital bank license. The other group that obtained the license for the digital bank is the partnership between Grab and Singtel. However, Grab is not public listed at the moment, so I can't buy their shares, so I can only increase my stake on C Limited. I think the digital bank license is a good starting point for C Limited to expand their digital financial services in the region. Besides the digital bank license news, C Limited has also generated a very good quarters in the Q3 reports. Shopee growth has increased by more than 100%. I think 100% growth is something that is crazy to me. Imagine that your business double every year. But I don't expect this growth to actually persist for the next few years because whenever their size become bigger, for sure the growth rate will decrease to a more sustainable level. Okay, one of the feedback that I received regarding my first video is that the report generated from Interactive Broker is too small. I think that the font is too small, so it's very hard for you to view. So I think for now, I have a different presentations. I actually put them into a table so that you can see clearly that the shares that I own together with their value in US dollar. So I can say that the rank of the shares, right, or the exposure into each shares will be proportional to my conviction to the companies. So of course, I have very huge conviction on large companies like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon because of their business and also the management. However, the allocation will not be static because I will still adding into the portfolios. I think that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.